What's good, y'all? Tap back in with the Southside, you know what I'm saying? Southside Archives. Today's topic, we doing a first impression, because whenever I want to actually review a body of work, I want to sit down with it for more than just a day. And I've only listened to this project once, actually. And so that's why it's really a first impression, you know what I'm saying? The first impression of today is ADL by Yeat. You probably may have or may not have seen my last video where I had reacted to the interview that he did with Zane Lowe. And the way he was talking in that interview, I was like, oh yeah, he's probably about to come out with some sort of project that's a little more introspective, is what I was expecting. Something more introspective than his previous projects. And this is coming from the opinion of like an older Gen Z. I don't even need to preface that or like be a disclaimer. I'm just letting you know, like, my understanding of Rage and Yeat's impact in music is because I come from that generation, if that makes any sense. So I understand it. When he was talking to Zane Lowe, I was excited because I'm like, oh shit, he might be actually like trying to rap. And listening to this album, one thing is that he definitely still kept his style and his swag and the way that he raps and the way that he, what people will call mumble rap, really, you know what I'm saying? So he really ended up doing a lot of that, but like making it more pristine, because this shit, like the production on this shit is crazy, bro. The production on this album is crazy. First song, Purpose General, I like how it starts off with somebody's voice and then it hits with like a beat, and then it just like releases all the tension and you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect a lot on this project. And then you go in and you hear his voice, which comes in on the same way, like Come and Go. But yeah, Purpose General, I like the bass on that shit. I like how he's rapping on there. I'm the one that give you purpose and shit like that. Like, I rock with it. It's cool. It's a cool intro. Then it goes to Face to Flame. And Face to Flame got Youngboy and Grimes on it. You need to take her name off that shit, cause nigga, she not on that song, bro. I was waiting, listening to that shit like, alright, I'm expecting Grimes to be on that shit. She not on that shit, bro. And I didn't really care to hear Yeat rap on that. Face to Flame. Yeah, Face to Flame is like classic Yeat flow. Like, I've heard this flow by Yeat before. And Youngboy came in and does what Youngboy does. I just didn't need this song. Like, and it's the second song, so I'm like, okay, what am I going to expect? You know what I'm saying? I'm kinda, I won't say underwhelmed, but I'm like, alright, this is just about to be another Yeat album. Lose Control featuring Elton John, bro, that shit's hard. Cause he's singing, he's melodically rapping, singing, whatever you want to call it, over these chords, over these piano keys that Elton John's playing. And that sample, he also sampled the same thing that Kanye sampled in Good Morning. And he does that a lot, like where I could tell like he got some Kanye influence in this motherfucker. Like, it's some Kanye all over it, even with getting 070 Shake on this shit. Yeah, like, it's crazy. So I like what he did with this one, with Griddle featuring Don Toliver. I think that's one of my favorite flows from Yeat, next to Taller, because I like the beat on Taller. The beat on Taller is crazy to me, right? And Don Toliver came through with a fire hook on Griddle. He came through with a fire hook. They complement each other well. I didn't listen to Octane. I might have to go back and listen to it. I'm not sure if Yeat is on that project. Don Toliver did his thing on that song. What I Want, it's a cool song. It's not even something that I care for. Live Like This, like, again, it's not something that, it didn't stick out. And like I said, this is my first impression. It didn't grab me to where I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. Going Into My Way, which featuring Julia Wolf. I almost said Fox. Crazy. But Julia Wolf, her texture of her voice, the tone of her voice is fire. Like, it's dope. It's one of my favorite things. It reminded me of just seeing her name on there automatically made me think of the song Doghouse with Drake featuring Yeat that Drake had previewed on one of his Iceman episodes. I wonder if Yeat put Drake on to Julia Wolf the same way that he gave the song I Don't Give a Fuck to Drake for All the Dogs album. I wonder if Doghouse was originally a song for Yeat, you know. And on Doghouse, it sounds like it fits Yeat, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that was a snippet of what we have now, and we didn't expect it, or maybe I didn't expect it, right? Let King Tonka Talk, which was a single before the album dropped, featuring King Kylie Jenner. When this song came on, I actually was excited because his flow on this shit is hard. Like, his flow on this shit tough, but his flow on this reminds me of Lil Wayne, and even the beat with the snares, how they hit. I'm not sure if you guys have ever listened to Bill Gates by Lil Wayne, but the beats sound like Bill Gates a little bit. And when Yeat gets on the second verse before, I'm not sure if it's before or after Kylie gets her 4 bars, but I want to say it's before. That second verse, that got Lil Wayne written all over it, bro. I'm like, yo, I like this. I actually really like that song. King Kylie is not necessary, but I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it, right? Dangerous House, I like the concept. My first impression was that the concept reminded me of one of the songs on House of Balloons by The Weeknd, where he's like, this is a happy home. This is a happy house. We're happy here. Even the melancholy texture of the beat, but it sounded like if Kanye West would have tried to make that same song by The Weeknd. But then Yeat does what Yeat does. Yeah, the production on Dangerous House got Kanye just the drum patterns and the breaks, bro. It sounds like Kanye, but the concept sound like The Weeknd. And I wonder if that was something that he was touching on. And it's crazy because that Kanye production leads into the next song, No More Ghosts, which got Kid Cudi. And they do their thing on this, which I'm like, Kid Cudi sound good on this. Probably because I'm only listened to this album once so far while I'm recording this video. Yeah, like even the writing on No More Ghosts sound like some Kanye shit. The fact that he accomplished this made me immediately put him in a book where Yeat will have longevity. And I didn't see that at all. For a rage artist, that is, I don't think you're gonna have a lot of longevity. Everybody else that Yeat came up with around that time, I didn't see them having as much staying power as I see Yeat having on track 11. Once I got to track 11, I'm like, yeah, he's going to outlast Ken Carson for me right now. Unless Ken came out with some crazy shit on his next album, he has more longevity than Ken Carson for me. And Destroy. Really, anybody on Opium that's not Cardi. I'm not gonna lie. I don't listen to Homicide Gang, so I can't tell you. I don't think they got shit on the production, on the level of quality and musicality that this album has provided for the first 11 songs. And like I said, I could do without 3. This is rocking right now. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. And I wasn't anticipating this shit to sound this well produced, nigga. Like, I don't know. And shout out to Benny X. That's something I should have said in the beginning, bro. Shout out to Benny X. I'm not sure if Benny was an executive producer on this project, but any beat that Benny touched with Yeat, they are like Shaq and Kobe. They do it. they get it done. They get the job done. Seriously. Tonight when he was like, I'm a rich ass guy. I was waiting on him to say I'm a rich ass nigga. And I was about to let it go too, because I was about to be like, yo, the song was vibing so hard, I was waiting on him to say I'm a rich ass nigga. And I was like, shit, I fuck with it. But then I had to remember. And that too. This song reminds me of the Yeat that I personally enjoy. I like the Come and Go Yeat. I like the For Really Yeat. When I heard For Really, really had me, no pun intended, but that's something that I enjoyed from Yeat because of how the beat isn't, I'm not sure if the keys are in minor, but they just sound not somber or melancholic, but like kind of dark. And I just like that sound from Yeat. So tonight leads into Geek Love. And I like Geek Love as like a background track. Like, it's not something that I necessarily need to listen to. But it's cool when it come on. Like, it'll be cool just to hear in the back. For some reason, bro, I really like Naked. And it's one of the shortest songs on here. It didn't sound like something I ever heard from Yeat before. Yeah, and then they had the claps in the back. Just keep going on the whole like feeling like two steps, bruh. And he's just singing. I just want to see you naked. I don't know. That again, this is another one that made me be like, yo, he got longevity. Cause he not making the same song 15 times or 21 times on this album. On another person's project, they would have just made the same song. Like, it would have been, this sounds not even just well thought out, it just sounds, like I said, well produced. And I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Went Wrong with 070 Shake. I like 070 Shake. And again, we right back to the Kanye influence. And he's not just on here mumble rapping. Like, yeah, he's doing some mumble. Is this like what y'all want to call mumble singing now? Like, I don't know. I just think Yeat doing what Yeat does, and he does it well. So, Went Wrong. It's a little more introspective, slower pace. A lot of the song after Let King Tonka Talk, I like, you know, and a lot of the songs are on a slower. They sound slower. They don't just be smacking you in the face with a bunch of bass and shit. Like, not gonna lie, I listened to 2 Netspin songs. I think it's Who the Fuck Is You, and it's a song he got with Youngboy. The song he got with Youngboy is ass to me. Because what the fuck, I try to let it, bro. I'm attempting to understand what the fuck that is, but it don't make, that don't, nah. I don't rock with that song like that, and I don't even know how Youngboy even I don't know. Who the Fuck Is You is not bad though to me. Like, I kind of like that song by Netspin. That's what I was talking about with Netspin. Like, he would have made the same song. Like, I would have never. I don't think I would get a Naked or a Dangerous House or a Lose Control from Netspin or Purpose General from Netspin. I don't think I would get that from Netspin. Real life shit. I actually do like real life shit. I remember that now that I'm hearing it in my head again. I like the lyrics of that song. Like, it sounded like he really wanted to say something on that in the chorus, where he was just like, I've been waiting to tweet, nigga. Like, I don't know, I like that kind of Yeat. My Time featuring Swiss Beats, it's not memorable to me right now. Okay, now it did click now that I heard a couple seconds of it. My Time featuring Swiss Beats. My Time featuring Swiss Beats is just Fancy by Drake. And if you listen to the full ADL interview with Zane Lowe, he says that's one of his favorite songs. Right? So that go in the back, I know that probably come from Fancy from Drake, right? Even how the Simps sound super celebratory and happy, all that vibe screams Fancy. And if I'm correct, Swiss Beats probably had his hand. Yeah, isn't he on the chorus of that, of Fancy, or is that T.I.? Yeah, and I enjoy the way that he uses his voice as an instrument on all his on all his music. That's what's really going to make him have even more staying power compared to other people in our generation. Yeah. All right. Two Planes. Two Planes is a Yeat that I like. I'm not gonna lie. How that beat is knocking and it's slow tempo. Like I said, it has that for really feel with the darker chords and a darker sound. Is a slower tempo, and he just doing what Yeat does. Yeah, out the way and get busy. Even sorry about that. Like, I like songs like that, but when Yeat gets in this bag of Two Planes, for really, what was the other one? Taller, Tonight. When he get in that darker, like, it sound like some late night driving shit, bro. I rock with that Yeat. That's one of my favorite versions. Yeah, that shit hard. Two Planes by Yeat is hard. I don't know who produced that, cause I'm listening to a lot of this shit now. Even the samples in the back, I'm like, yo, these shits are sounds that I heard growing up on other people's music, not just like the snare pattern, because that shit hitting too. But it's a hey, there's a chants in the back. I don't know where them shits come from, but I know I've heard that shit before. And of course it's gonna be like from somebody packed, but it's like, for me, like I said, being an older Gen Z, I wonder who was the first person I heard that from, and who was the first person he heard that from. Cause that's it's a classic reference, low key. And again, it's well produced. Alright, so Two Planes goes into Silk Face. The way the flow is for Silk Face, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. After you subscribe and you like the video, tell me if that flow does not sound like roll up with the bands on me. It's a good night to dance on me. It's a good night to dance on me. It's a good night to... Plastic Bag. That flow, listen to the flow on that, and then listen to Silk Face flow and tell me that's not the same. But yeah, I like this song too. I like the production, I like the beat, I like the flow. Of course I like the flow. It sounded familiar for me. We got two more songs, right? Back Home with Joji, fire. I'm glad he put that shit like closer to the end, cause that's a good song. I'm not gonna lie. I would have never expected Joji and Yeat together, and they sound great together. And Yeat carries majority of the song. Joji comes in at the end. He doesn't even do like a whole. Now he adds vocals and layers to it, but he doesn't carry Yeat on it. I really like the fact that Yeat seemed like, hey, look, like girl, I buy yours today. Man, I look like bird.